That's right. Good morning.
Ooh.
It's Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. I'm Jennifer.
Look at her coming out with that brightness. I love it. Good morning, everybody. Yes, you're tuned in to Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. This is Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth, brought to you, of course, by the lovely Lone Star Community Radio. You can listen in every Saturday morning from 8 to 9, and you will find the two of us just sharing about our lives and things going on in the community, right?
That's right.
In fact, I'm just so happy to see this young lady because if you are a listener, you'll know that last week Jennifer had something more important to do in her life and missed, of course, the show. She was able to call in. I'm so thankful. So my brother stepped in, and he was so nice to do so. Thank you, brother. And wanted to just say, I missed you. So glad you're back, Mama.
I know. I missed you too. But thank you, Chris, for keeping my seat warm.
Yes.
And for giving it back.
Of course. Wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, how was the wedding? Everything. I mean, I know I went and it was amazing, but being the mother of the bride, how are you now? How have you recovered?
Well, now I'm relieved.
Yeah.
I mean, God loved those kids, but I am just relieved it's over because I can rest now.
Oh yeah. No, I can only imagine.
She said it was perfect, and that's really all that matters to me.
Right? No, that's wonderful. And you're right. It's something that I know that a lot of probably families, certainly families out there, especially some women, can relate to the stress that's related to it. But then it's the joy too, much like, childbirth. You go through all this and then all this pain. And then at the end, you can kind of forget about the pain afterwards because it's just such a beautiful experience. And
well, I remember every single second.
She's like,
but I would do it again.
I remember every pain point. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was a beautiful ceremony, beautiful reception, and pretty good music. You had a good DJ. Anyway.
Yeah, she didn't do too bad.
I could have been better for sure. Lesson learned. You cannot flip to be a wedding DJ that quickly. I was a bit confident, but luckily I had a sweet crowd that knew big picture was the bride and groom.
That's
so
right.
We had a good time, and your guests are awesome. So your family too it was awesome to be a part of it. Thank you so much. So yeah, welcome back.
Yes, thank you.
So I know that's like your big thing that happened this week. What else for you? Anything else going on? Not really?
Mm-mm.
Not really. Well, let's give a little shout out to something that I think all of us out here, especially more the kids than the adults,
Oh,
but
yes.
what is it? What? Yes. What movie is that popular from?
I don't know.
Dazed and Confused.
Oh,
man.
okay. Well, yeah,
Dazed
that
and
makes
Confused.
sense.
But yeah, no, that was so...
I just like Alice Cooper.
Really?
I know.
Oh, that's cool
I know.
though. See, I love that. That's it. I'm not I like rock for sure, but I don't follow all the artists. But man, this is a classic song, of course. But yeah, school's out in Montgomery, and let me tell you, it creeped up on me pretty quick, Mama. Not gonna lie.
You ain't joking.
Because I don't know if you recall, but back in our day, we would go through till like the end of May or early June. It being the last week, this is what? It was the 26th?
Well, not when I graduated.
Well, when was it for you?
We got out at the end of May. I graduated on May 25th.
Oh, see, I did. I was a June one.
1996.
Either way, I thought I had a little bit... Watch it. We don't need to spread any numbers out. But, no, I think... Back in my day, it felt like it was longer. Either way,
Right.
It crept up on me. It was a little too soon. I think it was like one of the earlier school districts to get out, Montgomery.
Mhm.
But yeah, so it was a crazy town week. Found out
Yes.
about awards last minute. Found out about,
I did not find out about awards.
I know, and usually they get, they are on you, man. They give you the calls.
I was
all
very,
that.
very irritated about that.
You did not get a follow.
I got this little flyer in his folder that said, red carpet event. It didn't say anything about our award ceremony. There was not any other flyer in his, the school usually sends out something that lists when each grade level will have their awards.
True.
And he told me that he was playing a magician in this little play they were doing.
Oh.
My mom made him up a little magician's cape the night before so he could do his little magic trick. And so that's what I thought the red carpet event was until he came home with his awards. And
Oh, so you missed.
so there was some serious lack of communication, and I'm very upset about that.
Well, and that's something that I think is so surprising because usually, and I think other families out there can relate, especially when you have those kids in the smaller grades or younger grades, excuse me, not smaller, but younger grades.
Correct.
They are all, they definitely are on you, letting certainly,
Exactly.
any fundraising, but also just notifications. So I'm sorry that happened, Mama, but I hope he
Well,
did a recreation of his performance.
no, he didn't.
Well, I'm going to ask him because if he's got a cape, that means that's
But
like a multiple
well,
performance kind
he
of.
got a magic kit for his birthday,
Oh.
so it made it even better.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
So has he learned some of the tricks?
Yeah.
That is so fun. Yeah, my little man likes to do the card tricks.
Mm.
And it's so great because they really can pick it up. And it's one of the safer video segments you let them watch on YouTube is the magic tricks because that's when I'm like, all right, I'll let you get with that one. You
Right.
can go on the YouTube tunnel with the magic all day long.
You have to watch where that stuff takes you, though.
No, no, no. I totally agree.
Sometimes those tunnels, you may start off with magic and you end up with something
Wild.
crazy.
Crazy. No, and I totally agree. And frankly, I get lost in it too. And now that Facebook has the tunnels, I mean, it's just like a double whammy. I have to really show some discipline. And if you know me, you know that's right up my alley. No, not really.
Discipline? Nah.
Yeah, I had to try to do the scary laugh. Anyway, uh, if you're just tuning in, yeah, just like that. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I kid.
You really did miss me.
I kid. I kid. No, if you're just tuning in, this is Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio, specifically the Grit and Grace Show with Jennifer and Meredith. And it is May 27th, happens to be Memorial Day weekend. And we have a lot of great things coming up. I know I'm going to touch on a few events, but we've also got our Memorial Day dedication that we want to certainly spotlight right now before, we get to the rest of the show. So first, let's talk about some of the events going on this weekend. So, of course, it being Memorial Day, there is live music galore going on. So I don't have any per se go-to people, but I'm saying check out downtown Conroe for all the venues. Check out On the Lake for all the venues, and check out downtown Montgomery if you can. I didn't see. I'm sure there's going to be some people. I think our friend James likes to play Zimmerman out at the steakhouse from time to
Yes.
time, so he could very well be there. But I mean, you could go to Ransom's. There's all these great live music places, and I even heard that there's actually going to be fireworks tonight. Now, there may be some fireworks, of course, in our area, just personally, but as far as public viewing for everyone to go to, there is let's see, where is it? It's the Memorial Day one in the Woodlands. So I've got and of course, like a smart lady, I have it up, not, but I will pull it up and bring it to you before the end of the show. It's going on from 4 to 9 tonight, which is going to be really cool. So that being said, also want let's go ahead and discuss. It's such a special weekend, and it's something that I think we, of course, like I said, wanted to bring a dedication to Memorial Day for a lot of our listeners, and something that I want us all, like a friendly reminder for us all, which is something I need to remind myself of. When we were discussing the holiday, was that it's not Memorial Day holiday. The weekend is not to be confused with Veterans Day, which celebrates the service of all the U.S. military veterans.
That's right.
Memorial Day is the federal holiday dedicated to memorialize those who have died in military service.
Right.
So I know a lot of our listeners, you may be thinking, well, I already knew that. Well, sometimes a friendly reminder to that distinction because, we obviously want to make sure we, are clear about everything. And I got it confused myself thinking we could talk about veterans and everything. And Jennifer was the one that brought it to my attention, right?
Yes.
Because Jennifer, you have a lot of family members and extended family in the service, correct? So,
Correct. Yes.
so this day or this holiday is special to you, right? So let's let the listeners know.
Well, I do have a lot of family members who are veterans, and my daughter actually has an uncle who was killed in Afghanistan in 2010. So he is who we remember today. I mean, this weekend
Sure.
is,
The sacrifice.
yeah, Army Specialist Matthew Catlett, killed in action, Afghanistan, June of 2010.
And I'm sure there are thousands of families similar to yours out
Yes.
here in our community, throughout our nation, that just, I think, of course, nice thoughts and try to get out there and do something for them,
Absolutely.
in honor of
Don't
their,
don't thank a veteran today or this weekend, thank them every day,
yes,
and just remember those who have died in war or are prisoners of war, missing in action. Those are the ones to remember.
yeah. Just because like many things we get day in and day out, you go about your day and forget about the amazing things that we have, these luxuries that we take for granted. I mean, clean water, freedom to speak, opportunities like this. Jennifer and I, it's something we take for granted and we love, but it's actually a luxury. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners, when you take a moment to think about that, you realize that we have been so fortunate because of the heroes out there.
That's right.
So I think Jennifer had found, something online you wanted to share, right, with a lot of the listeners.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead?
Okay. It's a poem, To Them We Owe, by Don Nielsen. Happened today and in the past, sacrifice made for ours to last. Wives to widows, families torn, gave their lives, for them we mourn. Gone forever, souls are lost. Freedom comes with this cost. Enjoy the life they did preserve. Faith they suffered did not deserve. On this day, lest we forget, to them we owe our life and debt.
And that's beautiful. What's the name of that poem and author again for our listeners?
To Them We Owe, by Don Nielsen.
That's just beautiful. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And listeners, if you're just tuning in, it's our Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth on Memorial Day weekend. Want to send a special shout out to all those families that have been affected by those that are heroes that have been fallen and lost at war or even in duty. Thank you so much for everything that you've had to endure as well. We just want to honor all those out there and just ask you all to get out there and do something in honor of those fallen heroes in our lives and those that we don't know, those unspoken and silent heroes in our lives. So we're going to actually dedicate the last close of this to to the commercial to a lot of those fallen heroes for Memorial Day. So we'll be right back with Grit and Grace, Jennifer and Meredith, only on Lone Star Community Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in this week, guys. Be sure to check us out every Saturday live, 8 to 9 on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. Also on irlonestar.com. But more importantly, subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear. Leave us your comments, right? Yeah. We want to hear from you, all right? Check us out online, too. Where can they find us online? Damn it, woman, that's what you're supposed to say. The social media. Grit and Grace Texas at gmail.com. Online, all our social media platforms are at Grit and Grace Texas. Be sure to connect with us, guys.